No, man.
So what's good? What's popping with it? Welcome to another show with Unapologetic with Courtney and Courtney. I'm your host, Courtney, and I got my co-host right here with me, my boy Courtney. Say what's up to everybody about homie.
What's up? What's up, players?
Yes, sir. What's good? Look, bro, it's been a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us. I,
Yeah.
I, I missed it, bro. I missed it for a minute. I missed these topics, bro. So we
Hey,
missed we missed
hey,
a week,
me too, man.
but we back. But
Hey,
we
hey,
are
shit,
back,
hey,
dog.
your boy is ready. Definitely ready for this,
You
man,
ready?
for sure.
Hey, so look, that's what
I'm
we're gonna
ready.
do. We're gonna dive into it. But you already know how I like to do it. Before we get started with any of the topics at all, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to pose a toast. Want to pose a toast, and I want to give a cheers out to growth, to truth, and to keeping it real. Here's to leveling up and owning every part of the journey. Cheers to cutting through the noise and making moves that matter. Let's get it.
Hell yeah. Good. Well said, my man.
Ooh, ooh wee. So, bro,
Hey, what you got
man,
over there?
we
Though? What
got
you
a
drinking over there?
topic. Hey, so I got listen. I got this Jack Daniel. I got this Gentleman Jack going on. That's a shot I'm taking. I got the Gentleman Jack going on right now. You feel me?
Okay.
I'm,
All right.
I'm feeling real gentleman like. You feel me?
There you go. Hey, yeah. Oh, debonair.
Very good year. You feel me?
Hey. I hear you, player. I gotta crack my shit open one. Oh, the next one. Your boy might be
Man,
falling out over here though, but yeah,
man,
I'll be
man.
doing it for real.
So look, all right. So the topic that we're gonna talk about today, man. The first one I want to dive into. We're not gonna spend too much time on it, but I definitely want to dive into it. It's something that I came across on TikTok, bro, and it kind of I'm gonna say it kind of intrigued me a little bit because I want to know
Okay.
are women really out here thinking like this? And y'all see, and now y'all already see the title as it is. Are men too boring for modern women? Are traditional men too boring for women? Right. So
Uh-huh.
I want y'all to hear before we dive into it and actually dissect it. I want y'all to hear what this chick says. She's from the Whatever She Wants podcast. And
Oh,
they seem pretty new, but it just came across my feed, so I definitely wanted to get your input on this too. So let me cue it up real quick.
let's get it.
All right, so let's take a listen and see what Shorty got to say, dog.
In fact, I've like tried. I'm
Let me,
not.
is that too
In
loud?
fact, I've like tried really
No,
hard
no, yeah, I'm good.
to like treat me well.
You can hear it.
It's boring. It's not only boring, but it makes me feel
Y'all
uncomfortable.
can hear.
I'm not comfortable. In fact, I've like tried really hard to be attracted to men who like treat me well. It's boring. It's not only boring, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. So okay, I'm.
So this chick said it makes her. Let's hear it one more time
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this is
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. So let me make sure. I want everybody to hear it. I want everybody to hear this because that shit was kind of wild. You may turn it down just a little. There we go. All right, come on with it.
Not comfortable. In fact, I've like tried really hard to be attracted to men.
Well, come on with it. Come on with it.
And who like treat me well. It's boring. It's. I'm not comfortable. In fact, I've like tried.
Sure.
Really hard to be attracted.
Basically what Shorty is saying is that she's uncomfortable.
I'm
She's
not comfortable. In
uncomfortable.
fact,
There we
I've like
go.
tried really hard to be attracted to men who like treat me well.
She's
It's
trying hard to
boring.
be
It's
attracted
not only boring, but it makes me feel
to men who
uncomfortable.
treat her
So
well,
I'm not comfortable. In fact, I've like
and she
tried
ain't
really
comfortable.
hard to
She's
be
not
attracted to
comfortable with
men
that.
who like treat me well. It's boring. It's not only boring, but
And
it
the
makes
girl
me
says
feel
it's
uncomfortable.
boring.
So okay, I'm not.
So she's born and it's boring and it's uncomfortable for them. So based off of that, of what you heard, bro, what are your thoughts on that?
Man, if a girl says you pretty much, hey, she wants a bad boy. She wants a dude that treats her like shit. She wants a cat that doesn't treat her well.
Right.
You know, like, but she doesn't though. You know what I'm saying? She will definitely come back and say that's not what I want. I want like this motherfucker, like you know what I'm saying, doesn't pay any attention to me, doesn't do this, doesn't do
Right.
that. But when they get that dude, they don't want to spend no time. They don't want to like talk to the cat. They don't want to do nothing. Just let him
Right.
spin his wheels, like pretty much just the cat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. By chicks like that, they don't know what the hell they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you get a good cat. He is. Let me ask you this. All right. So with what do you think she means by treat her well? Or do you think she means like simp treat well? Or do you think she means like masculine men treat her well?
What I'm thinking and what I believe is that when she says that she's talking about a good man and treat her well is your typical average guy, you know, the guy that's not your typical guy that's not out here in the streets, you know, he's doing the nice things or doing the gentleman things. The guy that's, you know, he ain't checking for anything else. You know, he might be buying the flowers. He might be opening the door for her. He's not the one that's out here in the club often. You know, he's the one at the crib, you know, like, hey, sure, hey, babe, what's good? You want food? I'm on the way home. I just picked you up, you know, because I thought about you. I grabbed you some cookies or whatever the case or whatever the shit that you like. Or because it's Wednesday, I bought you some flowers type shit. So I'm thinking that's the type of man that she's talking about. And I think that she believes that he's boring. And for them, they feel uncomfortable. What up, D? And the reason I say that, the reason I think that they're uncomfortable is simply because of this. Something's wrong up there in that brain. I'm gonna be 1,000%, bro.
100%. Yeah, that's definitely it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 100 about it. I honestly believe that there's something going on up there. But we all know through past, and, you know, through the women that we've dealt with, our mothers and whomever we dealt with, at some point they like some sort of chaos. They can't just sit still sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta go. You gotta get it.
Yeah. So it's either something they can't. When you look at a lot of women in the type of men that they are initially attracted to, the bad boy, you know, the one that doesn't give them that much attention, the one that's kind of brushing them off, you know, the one that's, you know, not necessarily being the gentleman in that aspect. You know, he's not making her a priority in any matter. And those are the ones that they fall head over heels for.
Oh, love that motherfucker.
Yeah, they fall head over heels. That's their one, like, that's their true love. And I can't blame them, but hey, it is what it is.
That's the thing they complained about the whole time. I'm guessing this girl is probably in her early 20s. So I get that's probably how they address situations, because man, when I was in my early 20s, bro, I was that nice guy too. But still was like a little different, you know what I'm saying? But like someone I wanted to date, I was that nice dude too, and I got that same sort of reaction. Obviously, no one told me that right off the bat, like right in my face. But you know, just by all the action, you can tell what that's what that was.
Right.
But this is the thing that gets me, because you hear a podcast about when cats are just saying that they're late 20s, 30s. Yeah. They claim that not the dudes that are bad dudes are the one that fucked them up. Right. That's what they claim. Right? So that's the whole thing. Like, hey, why y'all did this? Y'all made us this way. Y'all made this way. And I guarantee you, all these chicks have had dudes, the ones she's talking about, that was there, and like in the mix of his youngness, he was like, you know what? I still want to be a good dude. I want to do this, and this. Yep. After you get this so many times, you say, fuck it, man. Like, you know what? Yeah. I was gonna go out and be wild. You know, I was gonna do my thing. So like I mean, I think everyone in their 20s, every dude in their 20s have had girls like this. If not multiple girls.
Look at the movies, bro. Look at the movies. There are a lot of movies where you see one point there's this kid, this dorky kid, you know, that's sort of an outcast. Nobody's paying him no. Matter of fact, I got the perfect movie for you. Love Don't Cost a Thing with Nick Cannon. He was dork. He got his best friends he grew up with. They are nerdy. You know, he got the throw out X, Y, and Z. Nobody was rocking with him. But as soon as he got some clout with Christina Milian, and you know, got the twist going, got the sweatsuit going,
got his swag going,
with a swag. You know, I just want to get my swang on. You feel me?
Yeah.
He ain't paying these chicks no mind. He's not giving them that attention, or that he's not giving them that attention. You know, as he was as a dork. Now everybody was on the job.
Yeah.
all the chicks want to be with him.
Being like, yo, bro, I ain't gotta be nice no more. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gotta be that guy no more. You know, like
exactly.
So then I feel because girls say now that we're the one that screwed them up. I think they're the ones that makes us the way that we are. You know what I'm saying? We come out this motherfucker goofy as hell, and like, yo, I just want to be. I want to be right. You know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. And these chicks, the thing that gets me, they complain about it. They complain that there are no good dudes out there, and they just don't. What I've known about girls, man, they don't record like. I think they black out during certain times of their lives or certain situations. Only time they record or remember anything if it's something that's kind of detrimental to them. Mm-hmm. If they've done something to someone else and they miss on a good opportunity, that shit, it's like the record button was off. You know what I mean? Like you don't take that in and to learn from that. It's like, yo, bro, you know, hey, he asked me too many times, am I cool? He asked me too many times this. It's like, yeah, the motherfucker probably just cares about you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's creepy.
Exactly. But here's what I say too, though. They know. A lot of women, they're not dumb. I'll say it. They're not dumb.
Oh, they're not dumb. They're definitely not dumb.
When they say where are the good men at, they know that there are good men out here. But it's not the men that they want. It's not the guy that they're checking for.
Nope.
That's when they where are all the good men at? They're out here.
Oh, they're out there.
They're the same guys that's, you know, probably 9 times out of 10, you probably already friend zoned them.
Yep, 100%.
I was just chilling in your friend zone, waiting for you to slip up, whatever the case. And but you ain't paying your eyes aren't focused on him. So you just look at him, oh, that's my friend. But low key, he been trying to ride with you for a minute. But you don't see it because you won't David over there, the one who ain't paying you no mind, the one who keep giving you mixed signals.
Yep. And he don't give a shit about you. He don't care about someone else. And that's the thing, though. That's the thing that's about it, bro. That cat, the cat that treats you like shit could really be a good dude. You just ain't his type. You know what I'm saying? You too thirsty. Then now you thirsty. You know what I'm saying? You're like, nah, I don't want to fuck with that. I'll just keep you cool. Yep. Yeah, and then the other one that's like cool, like, you know what I'm saying, real ladylike, all that shit. Like, hey, he's gonna be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? That's the one he's gonna be the good guy for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and girls don't understand that shit. Like, it's so easy, especially when you get these cats in their young age. Yeah. Like it's just a building block that could be fucking like whatever you want, like really, like whatever the fuck you want. If you give them the attention that they need and the encouragement and all that shit, you got it. Like you 100% set up for your life. Right. And chicks just don't see, they want it to be like right here. When it's already done, like no one's gonna spend it. Like you better be, you know what I'm saying? Like if you wait that long until like you say your 30s and this dude's got all his shit together. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you think you're gonna like roll up and then it's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna take you and I'm gonna do all, you know what? I'm gonna treat you like you want to be treated and all this other stuff. It ain't gonna fucking happen, bro. Exactly.
I definitely agree.
That's just the most unrealistic goddamn thing in the world. That'd be like me being like, yo, bro, I'm gonna get a girl who's in shape, fit, everything, you know what I'm saying? Go to the gym every day, all this. And I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so unrealistic.
Bro, but there are a lot of people who are like that though. They really
100%.
Men and women, they would say, man, I want I want this type of chick, I want this, that, and the third. They got I'm talking about laundry list full of shit. But yet none of those things do they have themselves.
Nope.
They I want a fit chick, I want a fit man. Or I want to fit chick. Like, fam, you ain't been to the gym in 2 years.
I want someone who's making all this money. You ain't making shit. And I want all this, and you ain't doing nothing for yourself. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like even with like if you go by like just said what we were talking about, like someone being in shape. Like other podcasts out here are throwing it out to be like go with the exception instead of a rule. You know what I'm saying? If I was one of those cats and I thought that way, I could be like, you know what? You know that one cat that's like a billionaire, that's like Indian cat, loses hair, but like, you know, he has this hot wife.
Yeah.
Like you're like, yo, like, hey, check, he can get it. Like, you know what I mean? Why can't I get it? And people are saying that, and if I'm still literally believing that, like that is fucking insane, crazy. That's crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And I can't believe, and I cannot believe that more people want to go against that sort of like reality. You know what I'm saying? Like that is
Man,
just
I'd rather
crazy.
be the dude that already knew how to pull before I
Yeah.
had the money, and then get the money. Now I not only can I pull without having the money, I can pull you and I got money.
And they
That's
got
the
money.
person I would rather be. You know, that's why I look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that's why I looked at a lot of different dudes, bro, and a lot of corny ass dudes. Like, yeah, shorty, I got money, bro. Like, I can pay you. Like, look, first of all, I'm gonna let you know something now. I'm letting you know something now. In my past days, I'm not breaking bread for shit. Absolutely not. What we gonna do? We gonna meet up for smoothies, or we gonna go to the gym. We gonna do something that does not cost anything. First of all,
Any money.
that's one.
Yep.
Because I want to see what you're. I want to see, are you a conversationalist? What you
Yep.
really about? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just doing, oh, I'm buying you dinner X, Y, and Z, and then come to find out you just as shallow as, you know what I'm saying, as 2 feet water. So
Yep.
now if I'm doing this, now I understand, like, okay, now I get to know who you are. I get to see what things kind of trigger you, the things that I say, how you talk, how you speak. I get to know, the personality behind the looks.
Yeah.
And if I'm rocking with, I'm like, hey, you know what? We had a good time, man. You know what? Hey, how about next week? We go out to dinner. Bet. Now, because now we built that attraction, then now on the second date, now it's more so, okay, we already then passed the prerequisites of everything. Now we can
Yeah.
actually have a conversation about other things. All right, so some goofy shit or some random shit, or we could just talk deeper into the conversation we were having back, last week. And then it continues to keep doing the same thing. Now I don't have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. It's just, now we chilling, we vibing now. Now I can actually, because I'm rocking with you and you rocking with me. It ain't about the money at this point.
And that is crazy that most of the people out there in this dating scene think that what you just said is fucked up, which is crazy. Because what you said is, yo, like with me, like it's gonna be like, yo, if it might work out, it might not work out, but we both ain't losing nothing, for one thing, in the beginning.
Exactly.
But hey, this is what you bring. Don't bring that shitty ass attitude. Don't bring all that stuff because now you mad because they didn't take you out. Bring your real self, and you gotta be cool with it. And the thing is, like, you ain't gotta be the best at none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as, if you're the girl talking to dude, you just gotta be cool. That's it. Like, literally, like, you just gotta be. It ain't that much. But these girls get caught up in so much of this. You need to spend this kind of money on the first drop. I'm telling you, if that was the case, if I was that kind of dude who would do that, 110%, unless for somehow.
And the boy froze.
This is only going. I'll spend that time, yo. Like, my only focus is smashing. Like that's it. It ain't nothing else. It's nothing like,
man.
I'm not trying to get to know you.
I never should. Facts, man. I never should. Man, I would not sugarcoat. I would tell you exactly what it is from right out the gate. Hey, listen, man. I don't want shit. I ain't finna get to know you. I'm not finna do none of that shit. You understand me? And the thing
you demand it
for me, I know. Here's the thing. I know. I don't care what nobody say. I know I'm an attractive dude. So therefore, it wouldn't be an issue. But the problem for me is this: I don't like wasting my time either. I wouldn't waste my time. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't waste my time. I don't care how bad. I don't care how fine she is. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bro. I do not care. Look, guess what? We going. Hey, you trying to go grab some smoothies? You want to grab some coffee? Hey, man, you know what? Matter of fact, I ain't go to the gym yesterday. I want to walk the park. You gonna rock? You want to come walk with me? Bet. Ain't gotta pay for nothing. We having full on authentic conversations. That's all it's about. Now we can actually talk. Now I can see if you can actually talk. I can see if you are socially awkward. You feel me? Or whatever the case.
And then with a dude, that conversation ain't gotta be too in depth.
It's
like, yo, it literally, like, it could be so simple. It could be like, yo, I could talk about the shit that I like, as long as you ain't just saying yeah. But it ain't like you don't have to take a test for it. It ain't like, yo, like, I gotta really be like this kind of person. Like, it's hella easy just to
Yeah.
to get to that part, and then you will get the best shit after that. Which it seems very crazy to me how ass backwards a lot of girls is. But this is the thing though. A lot of dudes are the ones that are doing this, taking these chicks out. Apparently, someone's fucking doing it. I mean,
of course they are.
The thing is, I think it's so like blowing up on media that they think everyone does that shit. But no, like, what do you mean I'm gonna spend $200 and I just met you? You crazy?
Yeah,
and
you
it'd
crazy.
be insane.
And
even if I did,
$200. One time I spent $200 on you for.
Bro, even if I did, because I've done this, and I would do it, even if it was the first day. Hey, we're going to dinner. But I'm not gonna go to I ain't going to Mastro's. I ain't gonna know what crazy. But like, if we go somewhere, I don't care if we went to we go to Chili's, bro. But if you sit there and order the most expensive shit on the menu, then that would be a straight turn off for me. That'd be like, you know what? Nah, man. On the first date, I wouldn't. That's one of my things. I'd be like, yo, we just met. You ain't gonna get you can get food, but you ain't gonna get yo, you got that lobster? Come on, man.
Bro,
you don't do that shit on the first date, bro.
Bro, there was a time where you take a chick out, she not even trying to order that much food because she don't want to seem greedy. She ordered a salad and water, and she be starving at the table. And then when she get home, she go and grub on some shit.
And you trying to tell her, no, get something. No, get something.
No, man, go ahead, get you something.
Yeah, go get you something. Bro, if someone did that, I think that'd be the automatic. This chick might be the one. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Might be it.
Exactly. Even if,
you know what I'm saying?
Even if, because I know a lot of people talk about, well, if she even fronts tries to pull out the wallet or try to use that little trick like she's trying to pay for it, real talk.
Yeah.
Even if I pay for it, she was like, you know what? I got $5-10. Boom, I'm gonna pay the tip.
Pay the tip. Yeah.
Fact. I don't care how much money I got. I don't care how rich. I don't care if she even just pull out $5-10. I'm gonna let her pay the tip too, because I ain't gonna take that away. You know what I'm saying? Because in her head, in her mind, she may feel as if that's what she needed to do. I'm like, you ain't have to do that, but hey, you did it, so I'm gonna let you rock with that. You gave her that 10. That in my mind, I already know it's not a money thing to her. It's like, pay the tip. That's easy work. He paid for this dinner. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna contribute somewhere.
We're both gaining something here.
It's not a prideful thing. It's just more so, look, I'm a support. You already have that characteristic within you. And so that right there it tells me more about you and the type of woman that you are.
You did it perfect, bro. That characteristic is there. You got that part in you to yo, we both own this and we both gaining something from this conversation. I think the worst thing is most chicks that come out now, they think it's only a one-way street. We're the ones that are gaining everything and pretty much you know what I'm saying? There's no gain for them. I mean, it's no gain for them, but the gain is all us. And I think that to me is the problem when you come into that situation, I'm kind of doing you a favor. Come on, man. Really? I'm doing you a favor because I went out with you.
you doing me a favor. So you do understand, I can go get another one.
Yeah.
I can replace you quick. What you talking about? Just as you can replace me quick, I can replace you quick. I can go find another one real quick.
Yeah.
Ain't that hard.
What you mean? And the thing is, I mean, we can shit. You always got someone you can just roll in and get what you want to get. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, the thing is, I don't know, bro. I just see it as being so easy. Again, let me go back to this video where the girl was talking about. But in their conversations, their whole thing is to get into a relationship. Is their conversation. It'd be like this. At some point in my life, I did feel like this too. Not so much as like this, but if you got a dime piece, if you got someone who you knew was out of your league,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And that one you're gonna treat man, you could be stumbling over shit, whatever. That's the one you're man, I really want to be with this, but you ain't coming to the realization, bro. She out of your league for one thing. And that might and the thing what it falls onto, and it goes back to what she said too, is that you kind of fuck yourself over too. Right. Now I'm doing way too much I don't need to, and if I'm not doing too much, she probably actually will look at me a different way. I don't understand that in mine. Just like old girl, like she's like, yo, if someone treats me well, if someone does that, you look at them the wrong way. Like if you look at it a different way, you're like, this might be the right one for me. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just the way you come at these situations, especially when you're younger, you kind of fuck it up yourself if you have that kind of mentality. You know what I mean? Like, and like if you see something that is the perfect one in your face, and then you just want something more, it's almost like you want to be treated like shit. You want to be dog.
They do,
like,
a lot of them, they want that toxicity, man.
Yeah, because a lot of times in their mind, they think that means the person actually cares about them, which is kind of fucked up. But I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, you talk shit to me, that means you love me because you care. You talk shit,
right?
Crazy.
Like where they do that shit at? That don't make sense. That's my love language.
Yeah, that's my love, the arguing. I'm passionate about this shit.
Man, go on, bro.
Like, yo, bro, motherfucker want their peace, man. We ain't trying to just argue shit.
Right, this shit crazy, bro. So, that shit's wild, man. So, I want to get into the next topic, though, man. But before I do that, look, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Definitely is going to help us with the algorithm. Continue to keep pushing it for people who like our type of content. You understand me? As well as make sure you go and follow your boy, Unapologetic with Courtney Courtney. It's both of us. Rock with us.
Do that.
You need to keep pushing this shit out, man. Because look, I'm telling you, bro, we got some hot things coming. Now,
more content coming for sure.
I want to kind of do a pivot real quick in regards to the conversation that we had. You know, we talked about the men being too boring, but this is a little bit more about the men aspect and Black men in particular, and when it comes to the nuclear family. And you know, we watched this Lapeef show, so I definitely want to, so that way we can have some context to talk about it, so everybody understand where we're coming from and what we're talking about. I want y'all to hear this video, and so we'll move forward from there. But let me cue that thing up real quick, big dog. All right,
let's get it, play up.
All right, here we go. This one here is a little long, so but in between we'll just kind of dissect different points, and then after that we'll just keep it pushing all the way through.
Sounds good.
The topic was, you know, are men held accountable for creating broken homes? So I know, Darwin, you just posed the question to us, but my question is, do you think that men are responsible for most of the broken homes?
It depends on how the home was broken. It depends on the factors, the catalysts. For this man being separated from the household, all of those factors that caused the division between a man and a woman, and this man having to vacate the household. Or, according to my definition, the factors that renders this man incapable of leading a household that he's present in, and instilling principles and standards. Because, like I said, he could still be in a household and be considered broken. Because the definition doesn't give you context. The definition that you're reading is going to tell you that just because there are two parents in a household, that means just because there's two parents in a household, it's stable. I don't subscribe to that. There has to be more context. Because you can have two parents in a household and they're sleeping in two different rooms. They're constantly fighting with each other. They got an open marriage. They're abusive. They got drugs everywhere. The kids, that's not a stable home. So this restricted my concepts and my understanding to a definition that somebody wrote. It's no. We got to give more context. We need more elaboration so we can understand
broken home.
Household is.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it right. I'm gonna pause it right there. Then we'll keep pushing.
Okay.
On that part that he was talking about, what's your thoughts on that part in regards to what he said?
I'm trying to think. Wait, trying to go into this. Usually, men conversations don't like go like this. No matter from the beginning. It's like you know what it really means. I would say drugs in the house. I mean, that's probably broken home. you got like if parents are beating other people, that's probably broken home.
Right.
But I think you know what the subject is, and I think we gotta go to like this little tit for tat, like what is the definition? What is this bullshit? So what do you think?
He's being disingenuous.
Oh,
1000%. He's being disingenuous because when you add statistics into it,
mm-hmm.
typically speaking, a kid that grows up in a 2-parent household. Now, all of us have common sense. All of us have to, at some point, have to use our critical thinking skills.
Yes.
2-parent household, we're talking about a stable home. When we talk about 2-parent household, we're talking a stable home.
Mm-hmm.
Both parents are in the household. We're not talking about who's sleeping in the other room and what open relationship. We're talking about a 2-parent household, mother and father, the ones who are married together, the ones who aren't together, who have been together.
Mm-hmm.
They had this child together, and they're raising this child together in this home.
Mm-hmm.
They typically do better in life.
100%.
Typically, based on the statistics. Yeah, are there some nuances where there are some kids who just fall through the cracks? Yes, nothing is absolute. Just as the statistics show that single parent mothers or a kid that grows up in a single mother household, they tend to do worse. They tend to end up in jail. They tend to be on a pole. They tend to not finish school. They tend to end up in jail, dead. Well, all these different things, right? But that doesn't mean that there aren't individuals who fall through the cracks. There are some who make it out. But when you look at the numbers and you look at the statistics, typically speaking, kids that grow up in a 2-parent household, that is basically not a broken home. A single mother growing up in a single mother household, a single parent home is a broken home because it's not whole. The father's not there. Just as vice versa, if there's a single father without the mother, it's still a broken home. Even though statistics show that a single man, the results of a kid with a single father is the same as a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
So,
but it might not be as passionate, but he's survive.
And that kid still ends up doing fairly well in society.
Yeah.
So, he's been hella disingenuous.
Before you jump back in the like those, I wish like more these, like you said, more common sense into these sort of conversations. Because to me, I think even with not that it's a broken home, but maybe not a more effective home. If you have just a woman and the man is there, and the man is not very masculine. Right. He does whatever she says.
Right.
Like those I don't think sometimes they fail. But it could be situations where it's just a great offset.
Yeah.
Where she is a great person if she's with someone who would do what they say, but she does the right things. If you fire her up, then she might go on emotion.
Yeah.
But he's the best fit for this person.
Yeah.
So and those work good too. Yeah. So like your brain, you can understand like just because you say something doesn't mean it fit everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people now think that. You gotta use that, bro.
Yeah. You gotta use your brain sometime, man. Everything.
Yeah.
You can't add nuances to everything, bro. You doing too much.
Yeah.
Stable home and broken home is two different things.
Hold on, y'all.
It's two different things.
Hold on. I'm not sure if Aisha was finished yet. Go ahead, Aisha.
Okay.
I think in the context of a broken home, I think that 99.9% the responsibility is on the man. I think that.
Can you elaborate on that?
This holiday season, give a gift that matters. Whoop is the wearable that tracks everything essential for a healthier life. Recovery, strain, stress.
Yeah,
I think that the men are the leaders of society. Okay. And I think that you guys set the standard for what to do and what not to do. And I think that it has become very commonplace, especially if you got a couple dollars, for it to be okay for you to have 10 baby mamas. You know, they have reality shows about it. It's okay. You are giving your homeboy a high five. And I think that whole narrative is destructive. And I think we talked about it the other day. That's not being on code in the Black community. We're not trying to create broken homes. And I think that wholeheartedly starts with the man, and the responsibilities on the man.
You didn't give me any substantial evidence or proof,
Right,
like y'all made me do, and which I did, to support the fact that 99% of the broken homes is on the man.
Okay, I'll give you
After I gave you
substantial.
context,
I will give you substantial facts.
hold on, DJ So Lovely, we're gonna get to you.
We gonna get to me. You right.
When you gave context, when I told you, once you asked your initial question on context, and I guess you just said fuck your context. I gave you context on it depends on the factors, or what was the catalyst for the household to be broken in the first place. But you just ignored that and you said 99% of it is on the man, and I asked you to elaborate. Give me no context. You gave me.
I can elaborate. Men are supposed to fix
Go ahead.
it. Period. Men are supposed to fix it. Period. So you supposed to fix it. It shouldn't get to a broken home. It shouldn't get to a split up. You cheated, whatever. Fix it. Make it right with your wife. Your wife not happy. Make it right. So when you when you decide to be in a marriage and you are holding it together, a lot of men do not fight for their marriage. They be like, all right. Men back in the day would fight for their marriage. So you're responsible for letting it go that easy. Because all of women want their marriage.
Can you give me the supportive data or facts that represent that claim that men cheated or whatever, or men is the reason why it was broken?
Every chick that say that they can explain or give substantiating arguments, they have yet to substantiate the argument. This is crazy.
In order to justify that, we're the ones who have to fix
No,
it.
bro, they just bring up some bullshit. No, bro, they just bring up some bullshit.
I'm saying is that you guys keep trying to find a reason to blame the woman. At the end of the day, no matter who did what in the marriage, why can't the man fix it?
So
why is the man allowing it to fall apart?
I think that
You got married for better or for worse.
it has a lot to do with a lot of things.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
Mass incarceration of Black men. It has to do with there's a lot of reasons why Black men is not.
Most Black homes aren't broken because of mass incarceration. Today.
No, I think that's the reason why we have a lot of absent fathers, because the men.
That's not the reason why we have a lot of absent fathers.
I didn't hear you.
Mass incarceration today isn't the reason why we have a lot of absent fathers today, or fathers not living in a home. It's not because of mass incarceration. It's not because we're being over.
If you interview them, every guy in those damn prisons.
You can't hear? Yo. Can you hear? My boy. Yo. I can hear you, bro. Yo. Let me go back some. I think my boy messed it up a little bit. Yo. I can still see you though. Let me see. Oh yeah, we got some technical difficulty. There you go. My bad, team. Let me get my boy back up. Let me see where you at. There you go.
All right.
Your shit.
Internet problem.
All right. Let me see. We can get back to it right here.
Most homes aren't broken because of mass incarceration. Today.
No, I think that's the reason why we have.
Can you hear it?
Cool. Yeah. Can you rewind back a little bit?
All right.
And fix it.
Yeah.
Why is it allowing it to fall apart?
I think that it
You got
also
married for better or
Like
worse.
it
has a lot to do with a lot of things.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
Mass incarceration of black men. It has to do with there's a lot of reasons why the black man is not
Most black homes aren't broken because of mass incarceration.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I fell in love the first time I rode a motorcycle.
It was juicy too before your thing. So it's getting juicy too.
No, I think that's the reason why we have a lot of absent fathers because the men.
That's not the reason why we have a lot of absent fathers.
I didn't hear you.
Mass incarceration today isn't the reason why we have a lot of absent fathers today, or fathers not living in a home. It's not because of mass incarceration. It's not because we're being over.
If you interview them, every guy in those damn prisons swear they blame their daddy wasn't in their life.
But the prison isn't the population. They're a subset of the population. Most men are not in prison. Most black men are not in prison. Most kids, fathers are not in prison. They're right there, probably right down the street from them. Most homes where the father is not there is not because the dad is in jail.
It's because those men was raising those kids, though. Those men that came out of jail, that went in jail, came out and had these babies and had these kids. That's why I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna hold you. You right about that, though. When it comes to our generation, we doing way better. But we have to admit that when it comes down to seeing it's like in a white community, seeing a household without a father, it's like, and they judging her. They judging her. In our community, stop acting like it's not common for us to be like, oh, she ain't got no daddy. That's normal. That's normal.
No, I'm not saying that it's normal. We're trying to say that it's normal for someone. I'm saying that when we try to attribute fathers not living with their kids, what is creating that? We always try to reach back to mass incarceration.
That's one reason, but if you want to talk about it from a woman's standpoint, social the benefits that she get from the government, that supports the woman. But mass incarceration contributes to the man reason why he's not there.
No, that's not even the main reason.
No, those are reasons though.
There are reasons, but we're talking about what happens for the majority, right? When we talk about the majority of kids not having their dad in the house with them. When we talk about hold on, DJ.
It's always hold on, DJ. Hold on. I've been listening
I was in the middle of a statement. You got to let me finish real quick. Okay?
Go ahead.
When we talk about the vast majority of kids out there who don't live with their dad, over 70% of kids in the black community do not live with their father. Most of those kids' fathers aren't in jail. But what did happen to those homes? Mom and dad didn't get along. Mama don't want to be there. Mama cheated or the dad cheated. Mama is unruly or the dad was unruly. They don't agree on how they should parent. They don't agree on where they should go. She doesn't want to follow him. He doesn't want to lead that. We do to one another. So most of these broken homes are due to us breaking up or us breaking up over goofy reasons. That's the reason why we have 70% of households
and unwed births.
And unwed births. All right, think of it this way, right? We talk about the reasons why women would leave a man, right? Or the reasons why a woman would choose a man. But if you focus on the reason why a woman would disqualify a man, that should tell you everything you need to know. We've seen women reject guys because they had on glasses, because they were bald, because they wore the wrong shoe, because they didn't have the right outfit. And I've heard women also break up for goofy reasons like that. She just doesn't. She got a new job. She doesn't want to do that. I want to go left. Well, I want to go right. It's not because we have a bunch of mass incarcerated dads out there and they're not in the household with their kids. It's because people break up. That's why people break up.
Okay.
And men are responsible to keep it together.
Really quick, y'all. Can we move away from why people break up? People break up for an array of reasons. My focus is the children the fathers that are absentee. That's my focus. Let's move away from we're already out of the home. For whatever reason, I feel like that's a whole nother topic That's a whole nother vibe. Why our relationships are not working out, why we're breaking up, why we move to other residences. Why, when y'all move out of the home, are y'all not taking care of your kids? A lot of y'all take better care of kids that are not yours, and you forget about your biological kids, and you take care of the kids of whatever woman whose vagina you have access to. Period. Whoever's vagina that you have access to, those are the children you tend to. And you forget about your biological children. Forget the fact that you're not in the house anymore. We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about stats. 57.6% of Black children are absentee. Not, oh, we broke up. Oh, we're not in the same home. Absentee. That means that you are not in the picture. That means you are not taking care of your children. You are not providing emotional, physical support to that child. Answer to that.
Okay. All right. So what we're all right. So just so we can make sure, so I can understand what you're saying. So we're not talking. What we're saying is we're not going to call a home broken if the father is a present father, but they just don't live together. So we moving over to fathers who walk out on their children and don't ever come back.
Absentee fathers.
We shouldn't be moving on to that because then we moving the goalposts. But if you want to entertain that, go ahead.
We're not.
No, I'm just saying because I just wanted to make sure
the problem just isn't us not being in a relationship. The problem is you not taking care of your children.
Well, we're not talking about taking care of children at this given moment. We're talking about what a broken home is. And y'all never answered the question.
You was just talking about
Y'all never answered my question I had posed earlier. But then now you got the audacity to bring out a question that don't even got nothing to do with the topic.
Neither does you demeaning or devaluing a mother. That had nothing to do with the topic either, because that's not even a book definition of a broken home. But you decided to interject that.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
I'm sorry, Darwin. Can you ask your question again?
They asked me what it broke. Go ahead, Jay. You want me to ask the question? Okay, I'll answer the question again. Ladies, what was the question? Do you believe that another man is critical to stepping in where a father is absent? And if so, does that shift redefine what broken means?
I absolutely think that just having a father figure alone or a male figure alone changes the aspect of all of that. I think that when someone
No, I want you to be clear. Does that shift redefine what broken means?
No.
So the house is still broken with a father figure in the household.
When you say father figure, do you mean?
Let me repeat the question.
So do you mean like father figure?
Another man? Okay, I guess we got the gist of that part. So thoughts, bro.
Well, your girl DJ definitely gets on there, man. Talking about like, just blame everything on the man. We ain't there and all that other bullshit. This is one reason these are like this ingenious like conversations because I know how a man works. Not every man, but most men.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times dudes can't have enough. Like bitching them every day, like going over nothing, just like every day. And in your mind, girls' mind, they what they're doing is okay. Because girls will back them up. Hey, you speak your mind. You doing your thing. Hey, he should be doing this. All right. He might move a little bit different.
Right.
Hey, and in some way, you just get enough to kick him out.
Right.
All right, cool. So then first couple months, whatever, he's trying. He's 10 minutes late. So you can't see the kid. You're supposed to get this time. You can't do this. You get little nitty shit like that all the time. And I know a lot of I'm not a father myself, and I know a lot of fathers. They hear this might be upset with me or whatever case may be. But I can see how sometimes motherfuckers give up. You know, like Joe, like the girls make your life so fucking miserable, and you can't fucking do what you want to do to your kid. And like again, so the whole blackout thing.
Yeah,
they black out all the shit they do and just blame you for everything. This is exactly how she sounds.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't like I said, like I know how men work, and I know how we run shit in the general, and just the shit she says is bullshit. Like this is just disingenuous. What are your thoughts on that, Jordan?
Well, like you said, she's blaming everything on the man, just like Coco Stiletto, just like Di Simone. Basically, every woman on that panel was blaming the man and said that the man was the reason that there are broken homes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I said the preface by saying earlier, nothing is absolute. So yeah, there are times where the man does break up the home.
Yeah.
But typically speaking, it's not the man. Why? Because let's break it down. Who's in charge? Who's in charge when it comes to when two individuals lay down and have a baby? Who's the ultimate decision maker in that process?
Oh, 100% the woman.
Exactly. So she has full control of that. She has full control of her body in regards to who she decides that she wants to lay down with. She has full control all the way up to the point of penetration and until the point that she just decides, you know what? No. Even if they're doing it, she has the right to say stop. And no, you know what? Stop. She has full on control, right? And then furthermore, she then has full on control if she wants to have a baby or not.
100%.
Even if the man, done his thing inside her, he still has the ultimate control of if she's going to keep that baby or not. So when it comes to that, now that we understand that, now that we have the foundation of that, you then have to ask yourself the question: was that the right way was that the right guy? The one that you're laying down with, was that the guy? Do you see that guy as a man that you would want to have children with? Is that a man that you could see yourself spending the rest of your life with? Is that a man that you see yourself marrying? Yes. If it's not, you don't need to be having a baby by him, because you already know he ain't gonna be there for the kid.
Yep.
Now, considering the fact that this kid, let's just say that the guy may not want to be a father, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somehow maybe his dad, mom, or he had an epiphany and said, you know what, I want to take care of this kid. You had this baby, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
Then for some strange reason, this woman decides that she wants to make his life a living
hell. Yeah.
I'm talking making everything hard for him. She's giving, I'm talking everything, making his life miserable. He's like, look, I'm gonna do whatever it is for you. I'm gonna be there for you. Whatever you call me, I'm up. I'm making things happen.
Yeah.
And she's making his life a living hell.
And that's just about, I don't mean to cut you off, but just what you said, he's doing everything, blah blah. That's what they want to see. They want to see that shit you will see in a movie where motherfuckers climbing mountains, going over top and beyond, over everything to make this happen. Even though they're throwing all these hurdles at you, boom, boom, boom. They want you to be that person who's like, I won't ever stop. I'm gonna keep doing it. Man, that's not realistic, bro.
Facts.
Like, that's just not realistic shit. And I think that's what they're looking for, and that's why I think they think they're justified. Because they think in their mind, you fucked them over and you need some shit. You need to prove it to them or prove it to the world that you're worthy. And that's the fucked up thing about it, man.
That's the fucked up part about it. He wants to be there. He's gonna do everything he can. Buddy even said, look, I'm gonna get a second job. I'm gonna make sure this kid's straight. And yet, while he's the one that's doing everything, guess what she's over here doing? She's talking down upon this man. She's making it hard for him to come see the child. She don't want him to come see the child.
Yep.
She's putting this man on child support, even though he's already giving you money diapers, or whatever you need for that kid, but yet and still you still want to put him on child support. Now you're making things harder for him to see his kid when it's his time to see this kid. You then have an issue. Like, oh well, I don't want you. I don't want. I got this going on. Well, no, it's my time. It's my time. It's my weekend to have my kid. Yep. No, we're gonna be doing this. Okay, so now you finally get this kid, and you have a certain way that you want to discipline this child, but all of a sudden you're telling the father of your kid not to discipline your kid. You're this kid now. You're making things even more difficult, and now all of a sudden this man is frustrated. He's like, look, man, I love my kid to death. I love my kid. I love my kid, but she is making it a living hell for me.
And let's be honest with you. Let's be honest with this part. Just what you said, sorry, man. But just to be honest with what you said. If he is disciplining the kid like she doesn't want it to happen, he still has no right. She can call the cops. Guess who they're gonna believe? She can go to courts. Guess who the fuck they gonna believe? So like everything's stacked against men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything. It's not just like you, just me and you. We need to figure this shit out. No, blood. You can call the police, and believe me, my ass is gonna get fucking either taken to jail, then get a restraining order, all this shit that now I gotta pay money for. And you know what I'm saying? Like so much shit they can put us through that they have so much other support by a bigger system that fucks us.
Yeah. And he's doing, and that's what I'm saying. He's doing everything. He's paying the health insurance. He's doing everything, and she still wants more money from him. Well, you ain't giving me enough. Sure, I'm giving you $500 a month. Well, what I'm supposed to do with $500? You supposed to take care of your fucking child.
Yeah, I know you're paying that car payment with that.
But a lot of times, what they want to do, they just want to live. They just want to live and party with the $500. They want to do free shit with the $500. No, that $500 should be for your kid. Oh, if it's $500, and no, there should be. Fuck that. There should be no reason if you are a single mother and your father and the father is paying child support and he's paying a substantial amount of money. There should be no, and you got a job as a woman, you should have a job. I'm sorry, I don't care. Fuck that, it's over with. Get a job. There should be no reason that your child should not be set up for success.
No way.
Especially if he's paying a significant amount of money. You should already have a bank account set up for this kid. Money should be going into that account. You shouldn't be spending money on anything for you. That $500 is for the kid. It ain't for you. It ain't for. It's not for your car. It's not for you to go run the party with your girls. That's why they call it child support. They don't call it spouse. They have spousal support, but you ain't paying spousal support. You paying child support. It's for the child. No clothes, nothing. If your kid is 5 and under, there are no clothes out here. I'm a father of 2 girls. Nowhere ever have we ever had to pay $500 close to it for fucking 2 kids, and we buy them nice clothes. So I don't want to hear none of that shit that everybody's talking about. Well, I need $500. What I'm supposed to do? What about the food? Shorty, it's you and your kid. You don't need $500 worth of groceries. You can buy a lot of goddamn groceries with just $100.
Bro, and on top of it, you're still getting food stamps.
And you still getting food stamps. So there should be, and you got a job. There should be no reason. There should be no reason. And
then the thing is, they're gonna say, "Yo, hey, your kid needs some new shoes. He needs some of this. They're gonna do that." You know what I want to do, bro? And I'm gonna look this shit up myself. I'm gonna find this, and I think we need to talk about it in the next one.
What's up?
How does someone who's on child support, what changes after it's over? Do they downcrease their house? Do they get a different car? Or whatever? Because I guarantee you that shit ain't going to the kid. It's going to something personal for them.
Right.
I've known girls I know this shit. It's like a second income for them. They ain't got nothing to do with that kid. That shit ain't going nowhere to that kid. It's almost like having a roommate without a roommate. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, like, I know, and you know, you see everyone talking about this. Oh, no, that goes 100% to the kid. Bullshit. I'm going to tell you, I've known, because it doesn't happen a lot, but I've known maybe 2 or 3 dudes who's got full custody of their kids.
Yeah.
Who has never went out the child support over on the girl. Because pretty much what they say is, I don't want to put her in a burden where she can't take care of the kid. As far as like when they go,
right.
I don't want her to be pinched for money where she can't take him out to get ice cream or take him out to get any shit like that. Dudes really give a fuck about the kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Women don't give a fuck. Like, they definitely, their whole thing is, I'm not saying all girls, please don't, not all women are like that. But
don't come for my boy, dog.
Not all y'all. Majority of chicks do this for dudes. Because if you're really thinking about the kid, and you would do whatever the fuck you can do to make sure that father's in that kid's life.
Facts.
Doesn't matter what he did to you. He could have cheated on you, could all that shit. Like, it doesn't matter. He could have fucked the girl in your face. But he ain't gonna do the same shit to his kid. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing in like, we have other discussions about other stuff, but just certain way people move. And I think we need to get better in this podcast game with other people too, to where we need to start literally looking at the whole picture, the whole like how people move in general. Yeah. And make a decision off that, not based on what someone just said. Like, I'm kind of sick of like hearing like people making judgments and decisions just what came out of someone's mouth. Like, you gotta understand. Like, I'm gonna tell you, man, if a girl rolls up to me and she broke with a dude and she has a kid, and everything that comes out of her mouth is that he did some fucked up foul shit, I'm gonna question it. I'm like, yo, not simp market. Simp market's like, I would never do that to you.
Ugh. Yeah, be like, damn, but he fucked up for that shit.
He fucked up for that shit. He fucked up. Yeah, he fucked up, yo.
I'm holding your feet to the fire. No, what you do? Why was he acting like that? What did you do?
And if you get upset, you can fucking mosey your ass on out of here. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's cool because you shouldn't get upset about that. Right. I've never had a conversation with someone that says anything about my ex-girlfriend that was 100% her fault. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, believe me, I have some shit to do with all the shit that happened. Right. And you know what I mean? And is it enough to where shit should have fucked up in certain situations? Hell no, I don't think so. Right. But hey, it is what it is. We both have certain kind of expectations. But if someone come in straight up 100%, I was this way and I did everything perfect. You got to start questioning that shit, bro. Fact. You can't just be like, yo, like, I would take you, and then she would never do it to me. Yeah, she'll do the same shit to you. I'm telling you, bro. Like, if someone had a kid or whatever, and you wish to choose to take that on, believe me, whatever she did to that motherfucker, she would do the same thing to you, if not worse.
Fam, that video, it was, bro, the video in itself that I saw, that I seen, where the chick said she had 3 kids by another man, and Buddy still took her, Buddy still accepted her. Yeah. And she said that he was a simp and she don't respect him. That's her, and that's her husband. Right? Her husband. And I'm like, dog. And that right there, that's all I needed to hear, because he already knew it. But that's all I needed to hear, because men have been saying it all the time. Men have been saying it all the time. And the fact is, there's a reason why we talk like this, because we're not just talking out the side of our necks. We see the shit happen. Some men have actually experienced the shit. So therefore, not only is not just a talking point. These kind of conversations were had in barbershops, bro. These are the conversations that we had in the barbershops. We're bringing it to social media now. Now we can have the conversation. But a lot of people don't want to have the conversation because we're deemed misogynistic, which half of them don't even know what the fuck that even means. You know what I'm saying?
The word just popped out.
They just throwing it out there. Don't even know what it means, because you asked the first one, "What? Okay, so what does misogynistic mean?" I don't know. Or narcissistic. Okay. Well, how was he narcissistic? Well, he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me go to the club and he wouldn't let me dress any way I wanted to. That don't sound like narcissism to me. It sounds like he's trying to protect your ass from yourself. That's 100%. What it sounds like to me. But maybe I'm crazy. But you're the one. But yet still, you're the one. When I ask you, what did you do? You said, well, I was just too loving. I was too trustworthy. I was this. I was his everything. Oh, you would never find nothing like me. Oh, you like, shorty. Everything that you're spewing out, that's narcissism talk. Yeah. Everything is about you. You think everything is about you when it's not. That's the point. You're the true narcissist.
Yeah, I clean the kitchen. I do this. I do that. I take the trash out. I do this. I do that. Like I'll tell my girl like now. I'll be like, yo, when she'll start asking me to do some shit that's like very like small. I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, you think you're doing too much right now, huh? Like I can catch that shit in a minute. Like, yeah, she'll be there cleaning the kitchen or something. Be like,
yeah,
hey, can you give me some water? I'm like, you better take that shit somewhere else. I'm like, nah, I'm like, hey, if you need help, you better open your mouth and ask me. Like, I will come up and help you, but don't sit there and be like, yo, you ain't doing that. Now I gotta be like, I need you to to do something.
Yeah,
I don't play that game, man.
Yeah,
I don't do that, and I think that's a problem with a lot of people, man. You got to start seeing it. You can cut it off real quick. You can make it better,
right?
But with a lot of people, especially like women, bro, they expect you to fucking have that mind mold to where they understand. Well, you need to understand them. But the other thing is, just the one you were talking about, old girl, what she was talking about, a dude was a simp.
Right.
They did the same thing on Lapeef. They talked about it, and they were supporting the girl, not really supporting her, but like saying like, hey, like that. Not that she was justified, but they can understand. Like the way she was talking, they thought that where I kind of got it is they thought like, or they took it from the girls was like, that's the way she talked to him. Right. There's no way in hell she told him, yo, hey, I'm just here because if shit goes bad, I'm out. Like, there's no way in hell she ever said that.
Right.
Some motherfuckers can't see it, and I don't blame them. But yo, bro, like if you coming in like that's just fucked up, bro. Way she was just there's no other way to take. There's no other way to take it. There's no way she came in and said, hey man, I'm just here for the money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, no, I don't care if you're a simp. You ain't gonna take that shit. Like, you ain't gonna be like, okay.
Well, I don't know. Some sales would.
Hey, you know what? Some cats would take it, but I think they probably would. But not to that degree.
Typically they won't.
Typically they be like, hey, I'm not gonna do that. You know?
That's a fact.
But they wild, player.
That's a fact. Yo, those of y'all who are still in here, man, look, make sure y'all like, subscribe, make sure you guys are commenting, engage with us, let us know what you think. And also, just keep pushing with us, man. Stay tuned with us, dog. We got some more topics coming, dog.
We do.
So,
it's gonna be good.
This and that. So one of our other segments, man, one of our last segments of the day, it's been a huge conversation. It's been a conversation for a while now, and since Trump has gotten into office, a lot of things are transpiring.
It's really a big segue.
Yeah, a lot of things are changing. For some people, it's for the better, and then for others, they think that the world is going to straight shit. but I want to kind of talk about the pivot podcast, man. They end up having to get Sterling K. Brown on, and they mentioned a couple of things that we wanted to talk to in particular in regards to affirmative action, and is it actually good for Black people, right? So I want to dive into that conversation really quick. So before let me go ahead and pull that up real quick though. Had to mute it because it's got the damn ad going.
Okay, you good. Want to put this other cat.
That's why we hate that.
Hey, bro. Hey, when this shit says popping, man, then we'll get the right shit.
Oh yeah. We'll be about to get the exclusive.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start it at the 7-minute mark because I think that's kind of where it started taking off at.
I think it was, yeah.
All right. Here we go. Let's get this thing big up here. Boom. There we go.
Something disparaging and then I'm gonna walk it back. I remember when he showed me around the school, and I played soccer. I played like AYSO, that sort of thing. I played soccer with a lot of the guys who were going to the school, right? And they were all excited because they're like, yo, we get to put on pads in the 5th grade. We just had our first year of football. And when you get here, dude, like, oh my God, we can't wait to get you on. You know, white cats looking at you like, oh my God.
We finna get Jerry Rice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so excited. It's going to be incredible. And I remember going back and Mom's goes, how was it? And the dude who showed me around, I said, Mom, it was cool. I said, there was only one black guy in the class. And she said, was he nice? I said, yeah, he was nice. And I remember in my 10-year-old mind, I said, but if I took a towel and wiped it, I felt like all the black might come off. Now that was me having a very narrow definition at age 9 of what it meant to be black, right? He's now one of my best friends. He's an invasive cardiologist, like he's a bad boy, right? But the school itself and her decision to send me there was revolutionary. I didn't like the first year or so. It's hard being in predominantly white spaces when you just feel the gaze on you all the time. And you know that. You know in the 80s, you guys were same age here, there's a certain sort of recognition that if I don't succeed, the opportunities for people who look like me may become fewer and further between, right? And so that's a lot on a 10, 11-year-old kid. And I don't know if I could articulate it that way then, but you still have a feeling of like, all right, people are looking at me and they're gonna make a decision about people who look like me based upon how I do in this environment, right? So fast forward, the 5 guys who wound up being in my class, 5 out of 126, 2 of us went to Stanford, 1 Harvard, 1 MIT, 1 Yale, right? And we never talked about it, but it was like this unspoken sort of thing that like, listen, a lot of folks will think that we're here because of affirmative action, et cetera, et cetera. And affirmative action, I think, is a wonderful thing that should still be in play because there's no way that we fully caught up in terms of where we started in this society, in this country, and where we are now, right? All we want, all we're looking for is an opportunity. You give us an opportunity, then it's up to us whether or not we take advantage of said opportunity or not, right? Mom made that decision because she was a school teacher in the school district that I would have gone to. And it was a good school district, Ladue School District. But her perspective was one that the black boys in school were not being encouraged to do anything along the base common denominator. Just graduate, C average, get your car, have rims, put a couple of 12s in the back, get a little neon on the bottom. You living the dream. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like the end game for a lot of folks. And she's like, no, that's not what I want. And when you're young, listen, you guys know through peer influence supersedes parental influence by the time you get to about middle school or whatnot. The only control you have as a parent, besides having conversations, et cetera, is who are you circling around your kids and what is their mindset towards what they want to do with their futures, right? So in terms of Mom making that decision, it was big. His passing also, I never felt saddled with being the man of the house per se. Maybe to a certain extent because it was my mom and I. I still had an older brother and an older sister who were very much around. My sister lived down the street, and my 4 nieces and nephews from her, I watched them all grow up. My brother came back home and lived for a while. They're 14 and 12 and a half years older than me, right? So we have a wonderful relationship that started more uncle, nephew, and then now we're brother, sister. I don't know, man. I don't have a hard luck sort of thing. I had a mom who cared deeply about education, a mom who saw potential. You know what it's like when you look at your kids and they come home and they get a B, but you know they're an A student? And you're like, all right, this is fine, but I know what you're capable of. You know when your kid is a D student, if they get a C, you're like, yo, bro, you balled out. You know what I'm saying? So my mom saw within me the potential for something and she wanted to make sure I got a chance to realize it as fully as possible.
You spoke about the diversity in your upbringing.
Yeah.
And being exposed to both sides, and the environment. How important is representation in your life in Hollywood?
I mean, it's massively important. When you're able to see someone who looks like you doing something that you didn't know was possible, your imagination opens up just like that to say like, oh snap, like this is a possibility. Look, this is gonna sound really strange. I used to love 24 back in the day. I don't think it is a coincidence that President David Palmer, who was a black man on the show 24, preceded Barack Obama.
All right, see where they're going with it. All right, so thoughts, man.
So affirmative action, man. I think it's good. I'm gonna tell you my viewpoint on it, how I think it's good, but how it's gonna get fucked.
Okay.
So I think it's good for black cats like him, like just like shit like us, like people who want to do certain things, right?
Right.
So who's in charge of making those decisions in affirmative action? Probably white people. And I think what they're gonna do is how it always fails. I don't know if you ever watched Charlie Kirk. Some things he always say about affirmative action, he doesn't want it. He always talks about this, like this scenario about once he gets on the plane, if he sees a black pilot, not that he's racist, but he'll, because of affirmative action, he thinks someone just put him there because he's black, right? And he's like maybe kind of worried about it, right?
Yeah.
So, and that comes right from a white man. So I understand how they think, right? So this is the thing that gets at me. So you remember what's the one we reviewed the other day with the Officer Tatum?
Yeah,
my man who was the college kid who was talking, the black college kid.
Yeah,
I think white people would pick someone like him for affirmative action. This kid's a victim. He's there because he's able to go there, but I don't think he's going to be. And hopefully I'm wrong, man. I don't know anything about that young cat, and I hope that he learns his way, and I hope everything goes good for him, 100%.
Right.
But I think those are the cats that white people would choose for the affirmative action to get someone in a place, and it ends up failing, and not choosing a person who actually is like qualified. They might be what you don't particularly think a black person is, just like Sterling. Most people might say he's white. He's a black white person, but he's the one that we need to be putting in there. The ones who can articulate shit, the ones who has those conversations, the ones who ain't easily offended, the ones who are just like are good, And I think affirmative action will work the best if it's put in the right place. But again, if it's white people that are doing it, from their mentality, they're gonna think we need to choose the motherfucker from the ghetto and put him in this place, and that's how I think it goes to shit.
Okay, yeah, okay, I can see that. But I'm a piggyback on it, but I'm gonna throw a pivot in there.
Okay.
So I know the look that they're trying to get. As far I know what a lot of black people are looking towards when they talk about affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the type of individuals that they use as an example is what hurts it.
Yeah.
And so just kind of how you mentioned, he saw a black pilot over there. They think that they just threw him out there just because of affirmative action. So me personally, I think that's why it's such a downfall. Simply because you're getting put there because of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
And so you take that away. Now it's may the best man or woman win. It's like, okay, I don't care about your race. I don't care about your gender. I don't care where you came from. I don't care who your parents are. I don't care about none of that. I want the best. I want the most skilled. I want the most competent individual. If you just so happen to be black, good job.
Yeah.
If you're white, if you're a woman, good job. But I don't care about that. And so I think that's where the problem lies when a lot of black people talk about affirmative action. Well, we need more black people. Well, you got to look at the aspect of the reason a lot of black people aren't in certain places is because of the black code.
Yep.
The type of things that we look at, the type of things that we consume. Everybody wants to be an NBA star or NFL star. Nobody talks about, here's the thing. You don't even have to be a doctor, bro. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer. Why don't you can literally, you don't even have to be a quote unquote entrepreneur. You just have to start learning how to become better financially. Stop putting yourself into debt. Stop just buying shit to impress the Joneses. Learn get financially literate. Learn how to use your money, put money in the right places, start listening to people. Even if I'm sorry, bro, even if it is a white person that you see like, look, bro, I love the way that white man is living. and I can learn some things from him. I'm gonna learn it, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna implement it in what I'm doing, and once I get to a certain point, guess what? Then I'm gonna teach the other black folks like, hey fam, look, I see you in this position, but I got here to this position, and I can show you exactly how to get to where I was and where I'm at now.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem: when you try to teach black people certain stuff, they dismiss the shit because it's always some bullshit that follows. It's either, oh man, you just think you better than everybody. Oh man, why ain't nobody listening to you, bro? You used to be X, Y, and Z. Why am I listening to a nigga who used to be X, Y, and Z? Or this and the third? Like, bro, I'm giving, bro. You see me where I was, but you see where I'm at now.
Well, man, right now, yeah.
Like, bro, make it make sense. But their mental is so fucked up to the point where it's so hard for them to believe that it's possible for them to even get ahead in life. And so that's why I think they
agree with you, man.
Affirmative action, just because it's almost like a handout.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, okay, it's kind of like when you're at grade school, right? When y'all playing kickball. That one kid that you really don't want to pick, but you know you got to pick it because you don't want to tell or you don't want to make them feel bad. Like, all right, man, come on, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's what affirmative action is. Now, that's how they're see. They always bring that one kid that don't nobody want to play with. Don't want to play with him, man. Like, look at him already. But that's why I think that's why I think it's hurting black people in the sense because we're always looking for handouts. Where are my reparations? I want my reparations. How come this, that? Why this person is? Why? Like, man, come on, dog.
From that sense, and you're 100% right. Like, that definitely does hurt our people. Just to go back on what you said, like the mentality. I suffer from that shit too, bro. Like, I couldn't fathom that I could buy a house, and honestly, I don't know what the fuck it was, bro. Like, it's like, nope, something's gonna fall through. Ain't no way, it's not gonna happen. Nope, there's no way it's gonna happen. Like, what? Ain't no way this is gonna happen. And the thing is, I wish we can get our people over that shit and don't fucking like you said, like these handouts, the victim mentality, all this other bullshit that's keeping us away from being like superior it's our downfall. Mm-hmm. I still think affirmative action is right to get people in the right place because this is the thing though. Only in like certain positions, like you said again, a doctor. If I see a black doctor, I'm questioning the shit. If I see a black pilot, I'm questioning the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I don't know, bro. Like, and my generation, me personally, I probably won't ever get over that shit because it's stuck in my head. Yeah. But for the next generation, it's like, but again, it has to be the right person. It's exactly what you said. Like, it has to be the right person. And the thing is, I think that people of color, and not just black people, could be Mexicans, Asians, Indians. Indians have definitely proved it to do like those kind of jobs because they're so, I don't know the right words, oppressed, but their journey is so like tough that the way they look at life and the way they do things is, to me, in a way that I would want someone, if something serious happened, to talk to, just say a doctor. Like if a white person, most white people, they become a doctor, which is a upper echelon kind of person, it's typically not a person from the trailer parks. It's typically like a person that grew up, has a nice home, the parents are set. That whole trajectory, the way they got to get there, is usually pretty easy. But a lot of times you see other people of color, it's not that easy. Like, you're leaving from other places, you like, your parents didn't really have anything. You might be getting loans and stuff, but as a, if you ever talk to any white doctors that like in college, they partied their ass off. Talk to someone of color who became a doctor in most of the situations, they took that shit serious. Like, they're like, yo, like, I have to do this. I gotta do this shit. I can't go fuck off. Like, I just can't be like some other shit. So like, I think we are the best for these bigger positions, but we got to choose the right. They have to choose the right people and not what society thinks they should choose.
Yeah, I think I agree with that too, and I think what you mentioned in regards to how the Caucasian person was raised, because it's lineage. It's literally he's a doctor, his dad was a doctor, his dad was a doctor, and it's kind of one of those things where, okay, well, the daddy was a police officer, so I'm gonna be a police officer, et cetera, et cetera. So these type of things were instilled in their kids already. So their future was already predestined for them. And so the problem with us is that because we don't have that lineage from, well, look, your daddy was this, so your brother was this, your mama was this, so therefore you can be this. It's just one of those things that you fall upon, and it's like, okay, well, it's almost like this black person is, oh, well, he's a special individual because all of a sudden he felt a thing for anatomy, he got into doctorhood, all of these different things. But with white people, it seems easier because it's a lineage. They already know half the shit because their fathers and mothers were doctors, so they learned it as they were young. So they're telling them about this shit, so they already know some of this stuff already. Versus the black person, they have to study. They got to know all of this shit because they don't know none of it. You feel me?
But then it still put us in a spot where
it puts us behind. But the idea of it is that I don't think it's the affirmative action that's the problem.
Okay,
I think it's the family that's the problem.
Let me ask this question. This is kind of what I was coming at. This is probably like a little better. All right, so if you took your car, let's say you need something done to your car,
right?
You took it to a family of generations. They've had it since 1950, right?
Right.
And then now you got another person. Their prices might be a little bit cheaper, but they are maybe. Let me see. How can put this. This is a terrible analogy, so that's not going to work. Only what I'm saying is how affirmative action works. Affirmative action works for people of color because you put in more work and you put it in. This is the thing, you're using this more than you're using that book. Is what I'm trying to say. Anyone who studies a book, like you get your doctorate, like you don't have to do shit. Like you study that book, you pass the test, you're good. There's definitely something you have to use your brain, obviously, but not as much as a person who had to struggle and do a lot of shit. Like you use your brain a lot more, like to figure out like solutions and problems. A lot of people who like get it like through school and they just know that book and they know how to read and they know how to do it good. Like it is what it is. Like it's just all I'm saying is someone who's going through a struggle, to me, in a lot of situations, depends on what it is. To me, they're more equipped because I have better conversations with people who have gone through a little bit of struggle versus someone whose life has been pretty smooth. Like the conversations are a little bit more in depth. Some conversations are like a little bit deeper. It's not as surface. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like you talk to someone who's had a great life. Like if you look at like, that's why a lot of people like, they'll say, oh, this person makes this much money and blah, blah, blah. And it could have been, and it's nothing on them. It's just where we are in life and like where my brain is, where I like. So it could be this, and this person has been taught, like I said, by their parents about whatever it is. It could be the stock market. It could be this, whatever. This person is up here because of their status and money. But if I had the same person's status and money who went through struggles, I'd rather talk to the person who struggles. And a lot of people will look at it like, hey, it may be the same. To me, it's a little different because you've gone through, like there's so many like obstacles you've gone through that I think you've gone through. And I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I kind of look at the situation. And with my affirmative action, that's what I'm saying. Like people, you pick in the right spot who are of color because believe me, man, even your boy talked about it. He was saying in an interview how like Caucasian actors, white, can spark off and get mad about certain situations, and it's totally look different if a black person did it. You know what I'm saying? Because their perception. So a lot of times we have to understand.
It's what the media puts out there. But I want to go back to what you mentioned about the stock market aspect of it, right? Mm-hmm. So you said that you would rather listen to a person who went through the struggle to get there versus a person who got to that point through his family and lineage, right? So
stock was bad. Let me stop that. Well, stock was a bad analogy because stock doesn't really have to do shit with that.
Well, I mean, but the basis of the principles of it, right?
Yeah.
So if you use it, so just you can use anything. You can use the maintenance aspect of it, right?
Okay.
So there's a full lineage of how that family became successful.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wealth of knowledge behind that.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn, right. You can learn from the person who had to come through the struggles, but you can also learn a lot from this person who learned everything from all of his lineage, from every different era and generation of person that where their family became successful. So you can say you can use sports as an example. You know, every family, every player, every person in their family went to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Every person went to the NBA, and they could tell you exactly how to get there and how to get, how to not even skip steps, but they could tell you to take certain routes to get to this point. However, though, there's still things you still have to put in a certain work because it may seem as easy, but you still got to go through the same thing in order to get there, right? So
that'll be second generation, second or third. First generation, hell, y'all listen to you. Second, third, that's not third. But first, yes, 100%. You busted your ass. You got in the blueprint. That's what I'm saying. The other person's got in that blueprint. They got it.
But hold up though.
Okay.
That same person who went through the struggle, just because they went through the struggle, don't mean that they did it the right way. So
true. That's true.
So they could have been the person that went through this and they lucked up and got to that point. So versus I give you an example. I'll use myself as an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of people that were saying, "Hey, bro, all you gotta do is just ball the fuck out at the school. All you gotta do is ball out at X, Y, and Z school. You gonna get seen." Okay, let's put some context behind that.
Yeah.
What school am I balling at? Who's around? What is my coach? Who does my coach know? You know, what type of outreach am I getting? What am I doing? Versus, I can go to this school. I can go to this school over here. Now, both things can't be true. I can ball out at both schools. But on one side, I go to this school, I still ball out, but I get more recognition. It may seem easier. It may seem easier to get over here because they already got the recognition. I can ball out. Guess what? They can catapult me a lot further. Versus, I can still go to this part. I can go through the struggle. I can go through the hard knocks. I can go through different tryouts. But we still make it here. So based off of me going from this point, no matter what school, and I get to this point, which person you gonna listen to? The person that went through the struggle, went through all these obstacles, which they didn't have to, because you still gonna end up here, versus the person that took a route that may seem easier, just off the surface level,
but smart.
They still get to the same point though. Who am I listening to?
But it's still smart though, and
in regards to competency, in regards to being competent, because you still have to be competent even though you get to that point. You still have to be competent.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
but yeah, you do have to be competent. Let me think on that one. That was no. You have to be. Only I'm saying on this part is, and not to say that the people who have the easier life they're not good for this job. They still are good for this job.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, with the ones who have gone through a little bit of struggle in certain situations and still met up at the same place, I think they have built certain kind of like what do you want to say? Like just different thinking skills instead of you kind of stumped me on that one, man. I gotta tell you that. You kind of got me. It was a good one.
No, I think no. I don't think. I just think
that's good.
I just think it's relatability. I think that's what it is.
No, that was good. That was a good thing you threw out there. No, that was good because that makes a shit ton of sense. But I guess what I'm trying to, and honestly, tell you the truth, is just more. I guess that might be just more personal to me. I guess than anything else. And it doesn't mean, but I think we got to start off from what I was talking about in the beginning is, if we just not choose, if affirmative action, we're not just choosing the person just because of their color. We're choosing the best person in that color.
Oh,
that.
Somebody said, so in the comments, somebody said, the one that struggled will remember the mistake they had and the success will feel greater.
See, I agree with that.
Yeah. I can agree with that, because I feel like a big accomplishment is you had to go through the ringer. You may not have had the resources that the other person had. So therefore you had to find other ways and other obstacles to get to the top.
But then the other person who has the resources could learn the same lesson too. 100%. Like, no, believe me, I'm not the one. I'm not going on one side on this one. I'm just saying, like, it's more when you come into situations, and I just use it on this term.
Appreciate that comment, Andrew.
They're not any one of them are not wrong. It's just
right
that, like I said, like if you're going through a struggle, like as a kid, and you know how hard that is. Just remember, if you're 19, 20, 21, and you're going to college.
Yeah.
And if your parents had it laid out for you, even if you're smart as fuck, you party your ass off. But if your parents didn't have shit and you still went to that same level, you ain't partying, bro. You're gonna make sure what you do, you're at a different level at that age. Not like, you know what I'm saying, like, and not everyone's built for that. So if you get someone else, you got two black people on the same path. One is like doing what they need to do at a 19, 20-year-old level, having discipline. That's the person that needs to be chosen. That's what I'm trying to say. I guess that's all I'm trying to really get at. And I think that person will be the one that's going to make it work.
I mean, both can be true, but I think that it's the motivation behind the two. So, like you said, when you use those two people, so you got this one person who had nothing. They don't have the lineage. They have strictly just they come from the slums, and it's I want to be at this point. I want to be here. So I don't have time to fool around. I ain't got time to play around. Versus this person here, they already have everything set for them. They just have to go through the steps because they already know what steps to take. They already know what steps to take to get there. Because you still, even regardless of where you come from, you still gotta go to school. You still gotta study. You still gotta pass. You still gotta go through the practice. You still gotta go to this point. So I think that but I'm not rebuttaling in regards to that you're wrong. I'm saying both are right. But I think the point of, at the end of the day, regardless of what struggle you came from,
which one do you choose? Though?
Which one? Whoever's most competent, who's ever most competent. So I'm not gonna base it off where they came from or the struggles they got them. I'm basing it off of reviews. How good you are. I want to see your success rate. I want to see, hey, if I gotta have surgery, which one has a better success rate? If this guy who went through the struggle is at a 70%, but the one who had his lineage and he's at an 85%, I'm going with 85.
But if we're talking about affirmative action, though, the person who's probably choosing is probably not like us. So the person's going to choose, and they say you throw a curveball in a third one, who went through and kind of like didn't have as the best grades. Affirmative action, I think, will choose that person because of affirmative action. And what I'm trying to say is they need to choose the other person who went through the struggle. The two, like I guess
that's why you take affirmative action. That's why you take affirmative action away. So that person that you would want to choose,
but they wouldn't get in. I'm gonna tell you 100%. If I was a recruiter for a fucking airline, I'm probably gonna choose a white dude every time. Because that's all I've seen is all I've known.
Well, that's because
I'm gonna be 100% real with you. Like this is a real podcast. I'm gonna choose that white dude. So I'm saying affirmative action is what needs to be there because if it does, if it pushes you to choose, then you choose the right one of that color. Now you don't choose the one who is the one you think that people want you to choose. You choose the right one.
Well, yeah, that's why you take affirmative action. That's why you take affirmative action away, though, because now
again, they won't ever get that. They won't ever get that because I'm not going to choose any black people. I'm going to choose white people.
You will. No, you won't. But that's the thing.
I will.
It still won't be white. Well, you might choose it, but think about it.
If you doesn't matter. If I'm the one in charge, it really don't matter.
If you got 3 Johns, you've never seen their face. You got 3 Johns.
But it doesn't work that way.
You never seen their face. And you put their resumes up and you say, okay, you got this John, this John, this John. This John here is below me. He's mediocre. You got this John, he's average. And you got this John, he's exceptional. Mm-hmm. But just so happened, the one that's mediocre is a white guy. Yeah. This one here is a Mexican guy. But the one who's excelling is the black guy. So therefore, based off of what you see, you're gonna choose the black guy. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to take affirmative action away, because if you keep affirmative action there, you're gonna be more likely to not only choose a white guy because you said you want to choose the white guy, but also you're gonna pick the guy like you said in Officer Tatum's video. So you take affirmative action away. Now you're forced to be like, look, who's the most competent? I don't care about your race. I don't care about your gender. Are you the most competent? Can I trust you to perform and thrive in this position?
You and I think that way. But the people who are out there, we're talking to people who are out there, they don't think that way.
Who?
The people who are in these positions, who are hiring these people, I guarantee you don't think the way we think. I guarantee you they put out, we have to choose. Have you worked with people? You worked with people before. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're stupid as fuck.
Dumb. A lot of them are, but a lot of when it comes to when you talk about affirmative,
they don't talk out like this. They don't talk out like we do. The people who are in these big positions, because it's been so cush and so cool for them. So whatever, they say, hey, we need to hire 10 black people. All right, cool. Hey, well, you know what? Cool. That's what I'm gonna hire 10 black people. I think black people want to get hired.
Right.
These are the people in the positions. They don't do these sort of conversations, these deep diving conversations to really break it down how people actually are in real life. In real life, people, and I tell you, a lot of people with money are fucking stupid.
That's right, Andrew.
Like they are literally like, man, you wouldn't even understand. Like, how the fuck do you have so much money? Like, I don't even get it. But the thing is, you gotta understand the masses of people aren't really that like in tune with a lot of shit. I'm just one person who like looks at stuff in face value and not just how it's supposed to be. I look at shit how it is. Fuck how it's supposed to be. I wish it was like that. Like you said, I wish it was a conversation like, yo, you have these 3 people and these are the ones. Bro, I've seen hiring at companies to where if a motherfucker knew sports, he got hired. They didn't even fucking know. It didn't even matter. Didn't even matter if he was the best one for the job. Hey, that motherfucker knows sports. He likes basketball. He's like this. Hire his ass. Like that. It could have been someone else.
Oh, I got. So look, well, not got you, but here's the point though. Here's the point. Here's the point. What does it take? What does it take for you? Because at some point there has to be some level of competency in order for you to get to a certain point. Mm-hmm. Right? There has to be a level of competency in order for 100%. You to get to a certain level.
Yeah.
So this is the other than flown 50 times. Yeah. Other has flown 50 times. All right. So the level of competency. So let's just say you want to get to the executive level, right? Well, all those guys are talking. They're the one who talking about the people that they're gonna bring on, the ones that we need 10. We need 10 black people, whatever case, right?
Yeah.
So at some point we all start at the bottom. We all start at the bottom. And then we continue to learn different skills to continue to keep leveling up, to continue to keep getting here. There's a certain threshold.
Yeah.
That you have, there's a certain threshold where no matter how skillful you are, no matter how dope you are, there's a point where there's a relatability that comes in. no matter if you're black, no matter if you're white, no matter if you're orange, green, yellow, purple, whatever the case.
You got to do the job.
You not only do you have to do the job, but the point is, in order, because they talk about sports and all this shit. So because you're already competent, competent, you know exactly how to do the job. You've been studying, you've been paying attention to how to do the job. So it ain't about getting noticed the way it ain't about you performing the job. It's about getting in front of the right people and becoming relatable and being able to talk about these different things with these people, because it's about likability. Once you get to that point, it's about who you know in order to continue to keep leveling up, because you're already competent. You know, you in your mind, like, man, I know all of this shit. I know this shit. I know this system like the back of my hand, but I'm not getting noticed. So how do you get noticed? You get noticed by getting in these circles, by going to these executive parties, talking to the higher ups, and becoming relatable, understanding and learning them. Because at a certain point, you still have to be a personable person. You have to be able to talk to people. And so once you get there, once you get to that point, is oh, hey John, how's your wife? Oh man, look, man, I know your kids had that, and your kids had XYZ going on. How did they do? You start talking about things like this, you become a likable person. Once you become that likable person, they remember you, like, oh shit, I remember Marcus, bro. Hey, Marcus is solid. And then they start to look at your resume. Oh, damn, he knows all this. Oh, hey, look, we might need to bring Marcus on. They ain't thinking about your skin. They thinking about how competent you are and your and the likability of you. And so therefore, you then get offered, because you don't get a resume, you get offered a position. You may get a text, email, whatever case. Hey, look, there's a position opening up. You know what I'm saying? We're thinking about bringing you on. That's how we get.
I'm the last.
That's not affirmative action.
No. I'm the last one that thinks that we can't get hired for shit. That, like, if we have to be able to, like you said, be able to talk to all this stuff, like everything. Like, believe me, I hate when black people, I think we're the smartest. We're one of the smartest people on the earth. I hate when either we dumb ourselves down or do whatever. But like, I don't think that we don't have any opportunities that we can't put in, like, for ourselves. No, what I'm saying is, though, what I'm trying to say is how people think in these roles, though. Not what you're just saying. You're talking about someone who's putting himself out there doing all this stuff. I'm talking about a person who's in HR, who's in recruiting, and usually recruiting isn't. They're told something to do, and they do it. They're like this one. This is why I don't go when people talk. I have to go by action. I was watching I think it's a What Up podcast. This girl, I think she was an OnlyFans chick. Very fucking articulate. Like, had a rebuttal for everything. Like, literally, I was like, God dang, like, this girl's smart as shit.
Right.
And they asked her the question, who's stronger, men or women? Well, I've never read an argument. I've never read like an article about it, blah, blah. And like start asking like a question, like you would ask a question in a debate. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, hold on. Common sense would fucking tell you that a man's stronger than a woman, right? And like shit like that. Like, I don't base, like, just because you think the way it's supposed to be, that's the way it fucking is. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've talked to these people before. I've seen these people in these bigger positions, and the way they think, and the way they don't think, and the way they think it should be, and the way they don't really give a fuck what's right. I mean, like, so it is. I think the reason I'm so real about a lot of shit is because I want it to be right. Like, I want it to be the way it's supposed to be. Now, you know what I mean? Like I said, like, if I see a pilot, again, bro, like, it's not about affirmative action either. It's just what I'm used to seeing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
That's how you get into better. That's the reason why you take away affirmative action, because now you get to see, because now affirmative action, they aren't just placing people in places just because they gotta meet a quota.
No,
you take that quota. Yeah, you take that quota.
They put the right people, because then if you start seeing these people in position, you start thinking different. No. What I'm saying is, you always hire the one who's the best. That's fucking 100%. 110%. So for me, if you got 4 pilots and 4 white, 4 black, I guarantee you whatever situation is, you can find 2 badass pilots that are better than anyone else. You can find that shit. I'm not saying is don't hire the motherfucker who just graduated pilot school, who just don't give a shit. Maybe he's cool at like, or he or she is good at like remembering stuff, pass a test and all that stuff, but they have terrible qualities about themselves. Don't hire that person. Right. Like, don't even like that's stupid. Don't do that.
But that's what I'm
saying.
The
best one. Hire the best one in that color though. Hire the best one. No, hire the best one in that color though. Hire that best one, because then now we start seeing it to where now it's starting to become normal. Doesn't mean that we have to take over. I'm not saying that shit at all. Hire the best white pilots too. Hire them all. Like, but put some of those cats in the mix that are fucking qualified, like 100% qualified. Don't just do it because, hey, he passed school or he did this. I'm pretty sure there's a slew of like anyone who's hired for a job or who applies for a job that are different colors. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who qualify to get there, but you just don't mesh well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I break. So what you're saying, like real talk, what you're saying is take away affirmative action, because that's what you're doing. You take away affirmative action. You're talking about hiring the most competent individuals. Based off of no matter their skin color, no matter their race, that's taking away affirmative action. Now, but going back to what you said, now watch this.
Yeah.
The pilots. Mm-hmm. If there's a lineage of pilots, right? Mm-hmm. And their dads are pilots, whatever the case, and this person that went through the mud, they don't have the resources to fly. So it's all going to be all books to get up to that point, versus the one who has the lineage and who has the background.
And their parents have planes and shit.
They got planes, they got all of this, right?
I'm hiring that cat.
So that's my point. So it's not about affirmative action, it's about who has the most experience. So that's why it took me to the doctor situation too, because if you got a lineage of doctors, you have a wealth of knowledge that person who came out the mud, who don't have that lineage, they have a wealth of knowledge that they know certain things that other person wouldn't even know. So
a lot of lineages, they're not as good as their father. They're not as good as their grandfather. They're not as good. They just been able to go through it. So it doesn't mean that they're going to be really good at it. Like, and I'm not even saying that. Like, the biggest thing is, if I think this way, the way I think, I guarantee a lot of people think the same way. And what I'm trying to say is, I 110% understand and agree with what you're saying. Hire the best person for the job. Like, fuck the race shit, fuck all that shit. But I'm telling you what's real though. Like, everyone has a bias. We all do. Jesus, like 100% do. We
got bias for certain things.
We all do. And like I said, like, but if these black pilots, we going with pilots, aren't like given an incentive to get there, we won't hire them. You know what I'm saying? And if like the thing is, like, they won't be in this position. So like, who knows? Like, I want to do a little bit more research on this shit too. But like, if you have like, I'm trying to think of something else that's a little bit different. Like, that might be the same. If they just aren't like, because most that's not really pushed for black people to be pilots. That's not.
But see, that's what I'm saying though. When you talk about going into higher positions, though, we have to. It ain't just about who's the most competent. It's about the numbers. You're gonna see more Indians. You're gonna see more white people in those fields versus black people. So therefore, it's gonna seem as if, man, black people ain't being chosen. No, they're not being taught to go this route. They're being taught to go to the NBA. They're being taught to go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And then we're already a small population of black people in the U.S. anyway. So therefore, you're not gonna see a lot of them being a pilot. You're not gonna see a lot of them doing X, Y, and Z. So when you look at it, that's why I say just. You might well take away affirmative action, because now, even if the person who came up out of the mud, they get the experience, they become more competent than the Indian or the white dude or the case, the black person will get chosen because he's the most competent or she's the most competent.
But if you do have affirmative action, like in high school, it's like, hey, we got this program, we've seen a lot of stuff in you. Pilot, you can make this amount of money, you can do this, and this. Hey, we got this program for you because you're the right one to be chosen. a lot of people go with it. Like I'm saying, like, don't just choose someone because of their color. No, that's fucking stupid. Don't ever do that. Right. But like, if we're bringing more people into like these spaces, that like, hey, like I said, like I don't think like we don't even do this shit like that. But if you see someone who might have that potential to do something, give them that. Because affirmative action is affirmative action is just getting a job. Never mind. That's
just getting a job. When you get to the executive level, that shit don't matter. It's about how competent you are.
Okay.
It's about just getting a job at Walmart or Target. Like, oh, hey, bro, we got to meet a quota, so we got to get a certain amount of people in here. But when you talk about executive level, most people don't know how to even get to that executive level. You know what I'm saying? They just, man, I just gotta work. I just gotta work hard, man, and make sure I do what I gotta do. No, it's about who you know when you get to a certain level.
You gotta be personable. You gotta be able to handle punches. You gotta be able to take some shit. You gotta take some. Hey, you know what? Like, someone don't be easily offended. Like that's one of the biggest things.
Like for real. Because the thing is, the reason why I figured it out, the reason I found out is because I started getting around. That's why I ain't gonna lie. I'm thankful for my real estate agent, bro, because he's in some circles that I was able to get into, and so the conversations that they have is different, bro. Is different. They're not talking about race. They're not talking about this gender shit. They talking about into the bag, and they talking about other things that are going on, politics and all these different things. But when you get to a certain point, you become personable. You know how to talk to people. It's not even about the whole I'm just faking it till I'm making. Like you are who you are. Like you just being the person you talking to them. You being personable. You even crack some jokes. Sometimes there's some racist jokes about them, about you, or about whatever. But it's funny. There's no hard feelings in the situation. There's no backhanded compliments. Nobody's throwing shade. It's all fun and games. You know what? I like you. Look, take my number down. Whatever you need, X, Y, and Z. There are so many guys that I've met and I got their number in my phone. I kid you not. And this is not for me trying to brag nobody. I have a billionaire's phone number in my phone right now. He owns Etta in Scottsdale. Billionaire, Indian guy.
Yeah.
Just off the rip because I met him. Off the rip, met him, talked to him, complimented him on his Kobe t-shirt. I was like, hey man, I like that Kobe t-shirt. I'm like, where you get that from? I need to get one off for you. Just talking normal. Oh man, I got this from X, Y, and Z. Man, I paid $5K for this. $5K? Like just not even talking about money, like not even talking crazy, just having normal conversation as if I'm talking to a regular dude on the street. And it ended up like, look, man, he's like, what do you think about the restaurant? Man, look, I love the restaurant. The food is good. Your bartenders were great. The food was phenomenal. I definitely recommend this place. Oh man, hey man, look, check this out. If there's anything you need, because I own X, Y, and Z down the street. If you need anything, give me a call. Say less.
Oh, dude, like, bro, no, you have to. You gotta be in that situation. You just can't take shit personal and be in a victim mentality. You gotta do
personal. Exactly, Andrew. Yep.
You gotta do like, being the victim. It never wins. It never works. It never wins. Like
it don't.
Bro, like for me, like my personal shit. Bro, I moved from Mississippi, man. Like when I was out of high school. And then going to college.
Yeah, you moved from Mississippi, boy.
Bro, it was a different change. I went from all my friends being black to all my friends being white. Like, bro, it's different. It's different as shit, man. So like, you just got like at the end goal is to make money, be comfortable, and just be a good person is the end goal.
Yeah.
Right. And whatever that takes to do. Is what it is, but still, like the reason I want to start this with you is because, man, I'm sick of like us like or people's like not looking at the real facts.
Yeah,
like I had a situation at work. It was like, I was getting ringed about coming in like 10 minutes late, right?
Right.
And I'd be like, all right, and I looked and I was like, sheesh. There's only 2 black people on our team, me and someone else. Another person, they always address them too about just any of the other stuff. But there was another someone else, caller that was like 30 minutes late every day. Never said shit. Like nothing, right? I could have took the victim mentality and been like, yo, like, that's racist. Or whatever the fuck I could have done. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you're late. So, like, if you weren't late, he wouldn't say shit to you. It doesn't even really matter that, well, however he does to anyone else, if you're not late, there's nothing someone can say to you. So, hey, take accountability, get your ass there on time. And that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't be like, yo, like, hey, like, you can't just come that, like, try to go on that route. You gotta be accountable for everything that happens in your life.
Yeah, bro, I agree. I agree. I think that's why, and I believe. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not oblivious to the situation. I know there's still some people out there that are still racist or whatever the case may be, but I'm not letting that determine how I move in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm still responsible of my own success.
There's no way we can go. There's no way in hell.
Right.
No way we can go back and change, bro.
Right. I'm still responsible for the work that I got to put in. I'm still responsible of being consistent. I'm still responsible of the one who got to show up on these platforms all the time. I'm the one that got to show up to work. I'm the one that has to do the job. So at the end of the day, it's on me, regardless of who don't like my skin color or who don't like my gender, whatever the case may be. It's on me. And so as long as I'm giving you a reason not to complain, as long as I give you a reason not to complain, hey, it is what it is. Because now you keep complaining about me, I'm gonna continue to keep excelling. And while you complain, whomever is complaining about me or my race, guess what? I'm catapulting forward and I'm leaving them behind. Now I'm the multi-millionaire, and they over there just looking at me like, damn, bro, how this black dude? Yeah, yep, I'm this black dude, but I'm rich as fuck though.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We got to drop that victim mentality. We're like, we are as our people. And I don't want to make this even like a race, like view of like podcasts or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro,
it's definitely not a racing podcast at all.
Yeah. We don't just like black.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah. So it was I mean, hey, you got a lot. I'm thinking a little bit on my thing about this affirmative action too, because of the conversation we had. I'm gonna come a little hard. So hey, I feel we should come hard. I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. I wasn't really prepared on that one, but like, I think it's a good thing if you like I said, if it's in certain situations to where, but again, if you've already gone to it, I didn't even look at it this way. I kind of think I looked at it if you're in the beginning and then you get there, instead of you're there, because the affirmative action is, hey, we need to do this. You're there already.
Yeah,
they're going to choose they should choose the right person.
Yeah,
and I think typically you would.
What up? Yeah.
So I think typically you would. So,
but I think when they talk about it though, I think they still talking about it as if we're still in the 60s and 50s.
Yeah.
When they talk about that affirmative action, it's like, bro, like we're in 2024 now. Listen, you can be a millionaire at any given moment that you want. You can be a manager, you can be an executive at any time you want. You just got to be able to put in the work. And
you can work wherever the fuck you want to work. It's up to you to choose. Like, yo, do I want to cut my hair or I don't want to cut my hair? And then you start saying, hey, well, it's me. And yo, bro, like, yeah, it's probably you're probably getting it.
Yeah, like and so Andrea said, I live in the north and I don't see the race card being played as much as that gentleman does. Well, I mean, that's the thing. He don't see it either, but it's just the fact of when we talk about it. So I think the aspect of it from it's more so the affirmative action was put in place with 1960, and so I think the idea of it, we're still looking at it as we're back in the 60s and the 50s. But it's not the same anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can go and get any job you want without any pushback for real. Of course, regardless of what people may think behind closed doors, at the end of the day, you can still go get that executive job if you want to. You can still go be a doctor. You can still go, become a lawyer, judge, whatever the case may be. I think it's just more so about your upbringing and what your parents and family are pushing on you. because again, you know, the reason we see more Indian doctors, the reason we see Philippines being nurses and RNs, and we see all of this is because that's their lineage, that's where they come from, and their parents they push that on their kids, and they tell them, look, this is what you're gonna be. I don't care what you do afterwards. I don't care what you do around it, but you need to be a doctor. It's almost frowned upon. Yeah, it's almost frowned upon if even in in Japanese, whatever case, some of them push being a doctor, and if they don't become a doctor, their parents look down upon them like,
sometimes they disown them.
Yeah, so those are the things and disciplines that they place on their kids at a very, very, very young age. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the problem with the Black community.
And it ends up working out.
To the middle of your podcast and missed the first part. No, you're good, Andrew. No, it's good. No, you're good. You spend some facts over there too.
Yeah. But it ends up working out though.
That's facts. It does.
And I think that's the only thing that's a little bit different from ours.
But I think that's what's going to be dope about that's why I think it's dope about our podcast too. Just simply because we talk about this stuff, but also we're able to push out the narrative. Like, look, I hear you. I understand where you came from. You know, you may have to end up being the one that start this lineage, be the first generational millionaire, be the first generation lawyer, be the first generational doctor, first generational pilot, whatever, or first generational executive or entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. Being able to step outside of what the Black community feels as if, well, you need to go play pro sports to become rich. There's so many ways to make money. And first and foremost, you can become a millionaire working a 9 to 5. You just got to learn how to you got to learn financial literacy. You learn where to put your money. You learn how to grow your money. You learn how to put your money in different places so your money can grow over time. If you don't want to go that route, you just adamant about not working a 9 to 5. Okay, find something that you're truly interested in, that you want to put the work in. Get after it and get around people that have already done what you're trying to do. Put yourselves in them circles. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to talk to people. I don't care how much of an introvert you are. Talk to people. Ask them questions because you don't know who know who or who know what. You may run into a person that knows everything from point A to point B, and they're willing to help you. Because a lot of people believe that rich folks are assholes, but the first generational millionaires, the ones who actually had to get it out the mud, the ones who
they want to tell you how they did it.
They want to tell you, they want to help you, but they're not going to tell you that they want to. But as soon as you start to ask them questions, guess what? Their eyes light up. They're like, "Hey, look, bro, this is what you do, man. Look, you
That's crazy. You just said that. That's almost like we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast about, hey, let's go on this day to the gym. Let's go on to this. You ask that right question, it ain't like, yo, it's like, I'll pour that shit out on you. And that's what they will do. If they like, yo, they see you roll in a minute, like, oh my God, I don't see my minute. But you asking that right question, hey man, hey, yo, bro, how did you get this? Like, and you ask those questions they want, they're like, shit, all right, you ain't trying to get my money. You literally want to do some shit on your own. I'm gonna give you all the knowledge I can. Because my little shitty ass son don't want it.
Right. Yeah, exactly, bro. And you ask the right. If you become observant, you see what they're doing. You're like, look, man. Hey, look, genuine. If they understand, you're not coming up all fours. Hey, that's a nice watch. What is that? If you come up genuinely, that's a nice watch you got on. What is that? A X, Y, and Z watch? Yeah, it's a watch. Listen, man. But like, I want to have one of those. Huh?
It's got to be genuine though.
Yeah, it's all about genuine. If you're not coming in with the motive, you just really want to talk to people, want to genuinely want to know, like, it's a nice watch. That's a Richard Mille, right? Oh snap, man! Look, one day I'm gonna have me one. Because right now I'm doing X, Y, and Z. How did you get that? You ask them questions about them first. You start asking them questions about them because most people want to talk about themselves. So therefore, you start asking them questions about them. Like, well, how did you get that watch? What do you do out here in order to afford a watch like that? Oh yeah, I own a couple of properties out here, and I'm also an executive for X, Y, and Z. Oh really? Now you dive in. Now you can start asking more questions. So, what made you? How you get into that? What was your first property like? You know, was it your first rental home? Was it a property you stayed in, or was it a home gifted to you? Boom, they died. Now you going into a rabbit hole. Now you sitting there, you look down, you've been talking to this man for 2 hours. It's like, damn, you just got a wealth full of knowledge. Then you get his number, you hit him up. Now he quote unquote your mentor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, as long as you genuine about a lot of stuff, I mean, it'll work out for you.
The right person, the right question. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it'll work out for you for sure. Like, I mean, shit happens all the time.
It's a fact.
Like like I said, I've been lucky too. I've surrounded myself around the right people.
Yep.
And but that does happen on a fucking luck kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, yeah, I think shit. Man, you gotta be thinking on some affirmative action things right now. Like, god damn. You got me thinking a little bit. Because I think it's good, but shit, it might not be good. I don't know.
Bro.
But
listen, fam. I was looking at things the same way, but I started doing some research and I started looking back. I'm like, all right, this sounds good, but when you look at everything holistically, and it's like, okay, we're in a new day and age now. Things are not as they were in the 60s or the 50s.
No.
I can walk down the street and not have to look behind my back for anything. I ain't got to worry about somebody putting me in the truck. None of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to worry about it. You feel me? So, you know, I can live in a neighborhood. I can live in a nice luxury neighborhood and not trip on anything and not have to worry. I can sit outside into my front porch and not have to hide. You feel me? So when I started things from a different perspective, like it's cool. Yeah.
And it all sets yourself. You gotta understand who you are. You know, I'm a big black dude. Like I roll through like, hey, I got a beard and shit. So like, man, motherfuckers be thinking like certain kind of way about me. But
yeah,
if you're nice, you're cool, you talk, hey, laugh a little bit, you're fine. Hey, man, that shit will go away. Yeah. But you can't be the kind of person like if you say hello to someone, hey, and then like, hey, and don't say anything to you, you can't think they're racist. You're like, because hey man, I gotta look at myself here. I might be a little bit intimidating here. Let me get a little bit more. Let me get a little bit more here, okay?
Exactly.
You can't be like, yo, like, man, this motherfucker don't like me. I'm out.
Right, exactly. So that's why I'm always. So when you see me, that's why I'm always smiling. I keep a smile on my face, even though I got pretty teeth. So I'll smile. I say, no matter who it is, I'll say what's up. Like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm doing well. How's your day? Look, man, I can't complain. Just asking a simple question and keep on moving about my day. That's how I keep it simple. I'm not like, damn, what up, bro? Like, what's going on? How's your day?
Hey, I don't know. I wonder how 21-year-old Courtney is. What up, Mo?
Hey, bro, the 21-year-old me was like, man, what's going on, bro? What's up? Hey.
Hey, that was me too, man. Hey, what up, player? I was all smiles. Like, man, I ain't expecting coming out of you, man. I was like, god damn. Hey, my college football coach told me, he was like, yo, he's like, man, you gotta be a little madder, man. You gotta walk around with a rocky issue or something.
Yeah, that's exactly. But they just tell me the same thing, bro. Football on the football field and on the basketball court. It's like, bro, why are you always smiling every time you make a layup or you shoot a three? Why you always smiling? Shit, I made the shot.
I'm like, man, I ain't mad. Shit.
I'm just rolling out here in these streets.
Hey, for me, I was like, bro, I just got a Mississippi, man. I'm happy. So
yeah.
Motherfucker's like, yo, bro, put a big old rock in your shoe. Man, make you mad. I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's country. You said put a rock in your shoe.
We put a rock in my shoe. Yeah. Here in Arizona, the cat told me put a rock in my shoe. I was like, yeah, all right, man. That's funny shit.
No, man, today was a good one. We said it was gonna be a long show. And we had some great conversations. Some people tapped in with us. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, Unapologetic with Courtney and Courtney. We're trying to grow this page. We want to have some people that's gonna continue to keep rocking with us and that's gonna rock with us through and through. We're just getting started with this page too. So, You know, we want to build a strong ass community, you know, of people that, you know, who want to have these type of conversations, who've been looking for conversations like this and want to continue to keep growing and building as a community of people, right? And so we're gonna continue to keep showing up for y'all as long as y'all can continue to keep showing up for us. You know, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and you know, continue to be rocking with us, man.
Hey, leave them comments. Let's do it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But these videos gonna continue to be up in the way, so y'all can go back and watch it as well. And I appreciate y'all, man. And my boy Courtney. Hey, big dog. Today was a good one, dog. Today was a good one.
It was a good one, player. Hey, I'm glad we knocked this one out. Next week's gonna be even better, player.
Yes, we did. And we'll see what Andrea said. Thank you for intellectual conversations tonight. Have a blessed evening. You too, Andrea. You too.
Thanks,
Thank you
Andrea.
for tapping in and asking us questions and talking, giving us your perspective too. So we appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, come back next week.
Definitely come back next week. Look, if you also want to follow us on YouTube, it's Unapologetic with Courtnee Courtney, or you can just tap into my TikTok as well, because I'm also going live on here as well. So, but yeah, definitely follow us. Continue to keep tapping in. Continue to keep supporting and showing you love. I appreciate you. But yeah, but today, my big dog. Hey, until the next time. And Sunday, homie.
Hey,
your big day. It's your big day, homie.
Sunday's my big day. I'm gonna do some solo shit. So yes, we're gonna get it rocking.
I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
I'm ready to see that shit because I'm commenting on that shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
but man, that motherfucker sucks.
I won't.
I'm fucking with you, player.
I definitely ain't gonna say that.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, player. Hit me up when in this one.